Bror Fredrik coming at you with another live video from my studio here in Las Vegas. Let's pop the Pellegrino and get started. I got some interesting stuff today. What do I got? I tripped over a jelly roll and it blew my mind. We got some Vegas news and what else? I got some viewer mail. I don't even know what is in here, but we're gonna open it up together. It's like Christmas. Listen to that. All sorts of stuff in there. I hope I didn't break anything. But anyway, before we get started, I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is at least 5 times a week. And if you want to support the channel, some super chat while I'm live would be absolutely awesome. Super thanks after. You can click on all those links down there in the description below. I got the Patreon, I got the channel memberships. What else do I got? Venmo, Cash App, all that good stuff. You being here is support as well. But remember to hit that like and hit that bell button. The share is cool too. It says that I got, it gives me a weekly report on YT, and it says my videos got shared 79 times this week. Well, last week, whatever it was. Like, who, what, and where? It doesn't tell me. That's like the only thing. It tells me what each and every one of you had for breakfast, everything. Except who you shared my stuffs with. So I guess that's kind of cool. All right. I don't know what I want to get into first, but I do want to get into opening up my chat and saying hello to everyone. That would be absolutely awesome. Whoa. Oh, what am I getting? National Guard commercials. The government stepping it up and advertising. All right, so before I get into that, I tripped over some jelly roll, and it led me down a whole path of various more modern, I think a little more aggressive country music. And I've been playing that throughout all the speakers in the entire house today. And I was even picking up the accent, believe it or not, because I do that sometimes when I travel to different areas. So I was even getting a little country boy can survive attitude. So I threw on a little leather, threw on some paracord, and threw on this roping shirt I got in Wall, South Dakota. So I thought that was absolutely awesome. Something like my own video. What do we got? 77 people watching. Let me fire up the chat activities. Oh, I seen a super chat come through already. That is freaking awesome. Urban Auntie with the 5 Bananaramas. Hey, bro, you've been working nonstop. That's a good and a bad thing. I hope you rest up, but I hope you're saving all those ducats. And thank you very much. All right, all messages now engaged. Let me say hello to a few people. I like saying all the hellos. Let's see. N90, Tom Mack, Greg, Jasper, Kyle. Oh, Kyle. Yep. Why do I think of having a sip of coffee when I read your name? That's weird, right? I've been doing a ton of study on neuroplasticity. I've mentioned it a few times in my lives while I'm walking around the strip and whatnot, and I think we're going to have a discussion about that. So if you guys want to get a heads up on that, or a head up, or a leg up on that, I think it's a leg up. Go Google or YouTube, same thing, not really. Neuroplasticity. That way you're up to speed, because I think I'm going to have like a pretty long conversation about it. How to rewire your brain, both for positive and hopefully not for negative, to unwire it and whatnot. Neuroplasticity is a deep frickin' subject. Maria, Sony, Chris, Nat, and Frank, all classics. Mary, Bert, Great Dane Mom, who else is here? Kim Kong, Tom Lars is in the house, my buddy. Bum, 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 bum. Who else? Laura and Janice, Tom Mac, I think you got the twofer. Yeah, like, do what Jim says. Jim is a wise individual. He says, smack the living out of that thumbs up button. How's the mic sound? I moved some more settings How does it sound? All right? I think it sounds all right, right? I think so. I don't know. I can't help it. I have to F with stuff on the regular. Captain Dave, Keith, BK, do. I think I'm getting pretty. You want to see what else I changed? I think I'm getting pretty caught up. Check this out. I did something a little different. I think that light is a little too bright back there. Yeah, I can only tell things once it goes up on YouTube. Well, this is all up in my grill. I can only tell once it goes up on YouTube. What is different? What is different about what I did in my endeavors to improve this angle? I got a little more work to do. There's some other things I got to do. I think I got to adjust the lighting. But sounds good. All right, cool. Here for the news, my friends, Bror, and some intelligent talk. Yeah, I got my bowl display back there, but I took... That cabinet had most of my high-end photography equipment. It had my Nikon D850. It had all the corresponding lenses. I had the 20 through 70 and the whatever. I had my stuff in there, my flashes and whatnot. And I liked having it there. But it just used to bug the living crap out of me, having that blank spot. And I tried like hanging things over there that people have given me pictures, but the reflection was nuts. And I think because it's like a grayish brown, it was throwing off the color from this angle. So I think the color is a little nicer now. I don't know. We'll see. And I finally decided to do something about it. So I got out the DeWalt screw gun. I took the doors off it. It's got tiny little holes. You can't really tell. And I don't know if that's going to be the thing, but it's going to be a thing. I think it's pretty cool. For those of you who don't know, it's the only instrument I play is this one, the bowls. I don't know if you could hear it or not. Did that come through? I don't know. One day I'll put a concert on for you, and we'll all relax and vibe out to some awesome sounds. Let me see. Am I digging that angle? I think that, I got to tone down that light a little bit, and I'm going to start featuring some clones in the back over there. Go figure, I'm crazy like that. All right, let me turn around. You can hear it? Yeah, I think the noise reduction was killing off some of the low tones. This tone, I think, doesn't get killed. Let me check the mic. Yeah. All right, cool. And that's going to be the super chat gong. So that's for Auntie. All right, so everything's good. Looks, yeah, it's... I got to do stuff, you know? Daniel, I'm going to say hi to you. Let's see. Diano, celebrate a little Oktoberfest today at the Senior Club. Had brats, got a pretzel. I love pretzels. Oh, my God. If they could invent a gluten-free pretzel, I'd freaking eat 10 of them. Mountain Billy, BK, Brawl concert at the Sphere. No one wants to come on and be interviewed about it. I guess they think I'm going to, like, drag too much information out of them, or maybe no one I knew. I even posted it publicly on the I Love Las Vegas not news group, what the hell is it called? Facebook group. And I got, like, a couple laughs. People like, bah, you want to come on my show? F you. F you, F1. But I really do want to interview some people about it. I mean, I heard a lot about it. I had some speculation that turned out to be true about it. I saw what it looked like from the inside. Do I got to break down and actually go in there? I hope not. I truly hope not. Looks good back there. All right, cool. Scott says the show was so amazing. You want to come on? Were you at the show at the Sphere for you too? I'll have you on and interview you. What am I gonna be for Halloween? Asked Daniel. I'm gonna be what I am. I'm gonna be a Nordic. I'm gonna be a Viking. There's a picture in the the Broad Nation Facebook group of last year. I'm just going to embellish upon it a little bit, and I hope some of you guys are around too. Sylvia's in the house. Marie Bella, KFC, Angie. Bum, 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 bum. I'm getting all the hellos. You guys are awesome. All right, Leaf Farmer, what's happening? Okay, what should I get into first? Should we get into news, or do I want to get into tripping over a jelly roll? I think I'm going to get into tripping over a jelly roll. It's not a big story. It's not a big thing, but it was kind of for me. So, let me get that chat up. 112 people. That's awesome. Let me sip on a little coffee, put it back on my heater. I got a portable heater here. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me see. Can you see my portable heater? Yeah, you can. That's the portable heater I got. See if you press the button there, like it has a sensor. Ooh, and that thing gets stupid hot. But it really doesn't. You got to be hot already. It's not like it's going to heat it up. But that's where I stick it. That's what he said. So let's get that coffee. That's the last of that Sumatran coffee that I've been loving on. Oh, it's so good. I watched a bunch of reviews about it, even inside of the pretty wrong. Yeah, I heard it's pretty interesting. That's why I want to interview someone who had a real life experience in that. So, I tripped over a jelly roll accidentally today. I heard the word. I know what a jelly roll is. I heard about this performer called Jelly Roll, and I saw a picture. I know he came to Vegas recently, and I saw a picture of the dude, big dude, got the face tattoos and the what and all that. And I was just like, bro with the face, I just didn't. I thought it was gonna be like, what's the name of that dude? Like all the chicks dig him, and he's got the tattoos all over his face, and supposedly he hasn't taken a shower in 20 years, or post-it note or some freaking thing. So I thought it was like another deal like that. And, I listened to Post-it Note and didn't do a damn thing for me, right? So I'm cruising. I had to run out today down to like 2 blocks away from the new Durango casino, which that thing was built so freaking fast. I mean, it is, for all intents and purposes, it's done. I passed there like 3 times in the past 2 weeks or whatever. It's pretty much done. They're opening, when are they opening? November 20th. We'll be there for that grand opening, of course. It's just what we do. Let me shut this ad off so I can see the chat activities. So I'm cruising. It used to be, like I said, it used to be a 20-minute ride from my place to go out there to that area, Durango and whatever. 35 minutes now, because not only, I'm going away from the strip, but everything's got construction. Jones has like mad construction. Durango has mad construction. Decatur has mad construction. But I did take, the freeway for the most part. So I'm hanging. I'm hitting my jams and whatnot. And I put on a local station here, 92.3, which is supposed to be a classic radio station. Kind of pisses me off a little bit that it's a classic radio station and they play Nirvana and Screaming Trees and stuff like that. It kind of like, because I'm kind of trapped in the 90s, kind of pisses me off that it's classic music now. But lo and behold, they start playing this song, and I am big into lyrics. I was having a conversation about this with a friend of mine last night, good friend of mine, and I said, I don't care what the beat is, but I gotta hear the lyrics, because I don't want to find out, down the road that, I'm head bopping to some gnarly bullshit that I absolutely do not believe in, do not condone, and do not support. So I always endeavor to find out the lyrics. And lately, since music services, like I use Amazon Prime, if you're not a member, there's a link down there to sign up. I get like a credit. I get like $3 if you sign up. Cool. So nowadays you could just bust the lyrics, and sometimes they're not accurate. Some on Amazon's Prime Music, sometimes they're not accurate. I know it. I'm listening to it, and I know that's not what they're saying, but it's kind of agenda driven. But for the most part, it's there. So I'm finding songs that are like, what? I used to like that song, cannot support that song anymore. Anyway, I digress. So this song comes on, and it's going, this guy's like just dropping the bars, he's dropping the beats, and he's dropping the facts. He says, I don't know if I could play it. Let me see if I could play like an RCH of it real quick. I got some pictures of it too. And this be Jelly Roll. All right. I don't think I can. I don't know if Jelly Roll's down with having his copyright music played or whatever. Maybe I'll reach out to old Jelly Roll there, see if we can bust a move. But basically, maybe I'll get busted for even doing the cover. But I'm bopping along, going through this traffic. I mean, there's like potholes you could bury frickin' mules in and stuff. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And the song comes on, it's going, I only talk to God when I need a favor, and I only pray when I don't have a prayer. And I was just like, what is that? What is that? And it's like, and it's good. And it's good. I only talk to God when I need a favor, and I only pray when I'm without a prayer. I mean, he's just going off. Dude's just going off. And I have no idea who this is. And I'm just like, did I just hear someone speak on God on the freaking radio? And that song just hit so different, And I was like starting to get like deep in my reflections and whatnot, because it's all about like the concept that I always talk about of, there's no atheists in foxholes or deathbeds. I don't care, how hardcore you think you are with your beliefs, but when it's your turn, when you be in a foxhole or when you be in the deathbed, you might reconsider your positions, And this guy's basically dropping that in a song that's badass. So I get home, I'm like, no, wait. I put on the Google, right? And I pressed the listen for song, and I was like, and I rolled up the windows and whatnot, because it was beautiful. I was like 72 degrees. And all the dust is coming in the car. And it's like, Jelly Roll. And I'm like, say what? Say what? Say who? Say what? Say Jelly Roll. Matter of fact, this cat. Oh, not that cat. Nope, I'm getting ahead of ourselves. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I got excited. I'm sorry. This cat. This cat right here. All right, that there is a Jelly Roll. And that's his old lady there. That's, what's her name? Bunny, I think her name is. Okay, so I gotta admit, let me get this mic up out of my face. So I gotta admit that I listened to a couple interviews about the cat, and she's got a podcast. I'm like, when I'm like into something, I like get into something. Oh, let's get that back a little bigger. I want the bigness. of this dude. This dude's big. He's a big dude. He hasn't skipped a meal, homeboy here. All right, so that's old Bunny there. And this here be Jelly Roll. Got the tattoos, got the face tattoos, got him a cross, got him a tear, got him a daisy, got all the stuff. She's covered all over, blah, 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 blah. All right. Self-proclaimed Whiskey Tango. A few military people out there, you know what I'm talking about, Whiskey Tango. Self-proclaimed Whiskey Tango. But he's like dropping straight up truth bombs And then I go down this other rabbit hole checking out the rest of his songs, right? I'm just like, whoa, this guy is freaking intense, right? So I am going to highly recommend, believe it or not, that you go scope out our boy Jelly Roll here. I'm not even going to play this because I fear, this is like the official music. I don't know the cat, Maybe if I get down with him or whatever, it'll be like, yeah, bro, that's cool, man. But it's a quick song, 3 minutes, 12 seconds, and it's called Need a Favor by Jelly Roll. Definitely check this cat out. He's got a bunch of songs all in the same vein. Like, let's check out his jam here. Let's check out his videos. What's it? Nail Me, The Lost. What's this one here? Hold On to Me, Need a Favor. I don't know, Beowulf or some church. I mean, can't be rapping about, while everyone else is hitting up the bar, he was cruising over to church and people weren't down with it. But at the same time, he got him another one that said, all right, Halfway to Hell. He got another one that says, I got a hangover in church. I'm sitting in the pew with a freaking hangover. Almost had to kill me a man behind bars. I mean, the dude's intense. Dancing with the Devil. I heard that too. That's nuts. These are some nuts ass songs. And I'm just like, freaking save me. Dude is nuts. I mean, I just dig him that much. I never thought I would. I was like, Jelly Roll. I mean, okay. I would actually go see him in concert. I haven't said that about anyone in years. Untold years. I have no patience to sit through nothing anymore. Crowds and spilling drinks and, Bic Light. Do they do Bic Lighters anymore? Or am I the only one? Or they do no, I think they do the phone, right? They do this, right? Isn't this what they do now? Isn't that the thing? I don't know, whatever. But I ain't doing that. Holy cow, I would go check this cat out. And I know he'd just been in Vegas, so I think I missed the opportunity. But I would go check this cat out for several reasons. If you ain't down with the whole, with God, that's whatever. No harm, no foul, that's on you. I guess we'll all find out when our time comes, whether it's accurate or not, who's right, who's wrong. But anyway, this has always been my take and opinion on things and the way I've tended to roll and the way I came up and, my mentality. Not all angels play the harp. Let me say that again. Not all angels play the harp. If you want to get just scriptural for a second here, and again, I ain't trying to ram nothing down your throat, but the Apostle Paul, whose name was Saul, was a straight up gangster. His job was going out and rounding up Christians to feed to lions and to execute. And God was just like, kapow, we ain't playing that no more. Boom, turned into a great man. So, not all angels play the harp. Case in point, while leaving, okay, let me get back to Jelly Roll for a second. Let me give him his props before I move on to the story exhibiting such characteristics. Homeboy was in jail, in and out, self-proclaimed whiskey tango, came from a whiskey tango upbringing and whatnot, says his mom's was, an addict and whatever, dad's was they owned I think they owned like a butcher shop or something, but he was all up in the hustles on the side and whatever. And you can tell, this guy's, he spent time in a crossbar hotel a lot, like years, in and out and in and out and in and out. And one day he just got, excuse me, one day he just got smacked upside the head. And I think the story has it that when he found out, like, he was like in for, he was habitual. So he'd come out, stay on the street for like 2 or 3 months, get his ass locked up again. Like it was a cycle in his life. And during one of his out periods, he got some chick pregnant, and he found out while he was in the Crossbar Hotel that he was a father. And he said, that's when it all just smacked me upside the head. And he, he's still on, how would you say? He's not all like, still trying to be all goody two shoes and don't drink, don't smoke. What do you do? You don't drink, don't smoke. He's not playing that game. He's not trying to be some, celebrity, preacher or nothing like that. He drinks, he smokes, he does his thing. He's still a human being, but he still incorporates his beliefs into what he's got going on and his songs. But his songs, the way that they struck me is, they're not designed to, like I say, not to shove anything down your throat, but to make you think. The songs make you think because, he's got songs about, nearly having an off some dude, living on both sides of the fence and whatnot, being an angel who don't play a harp. And if you don't get that analogy, you know what I'm saying? Not all angels play the harp. Some of them, can bear the fisticuffs to get shit done. God ain't all about like, being a wuss. God needs some people who can, take care of business sometime. I digress. Okay, so that's a Jelly Roll cat. Today, like I was saying, coming back, highly recommend that song. Don't check it out now or check it out now. It's worth tuning away from me to go check out. It's freaking cool. Might change your life. On the way back from the mission that I was, and this was before I heard the song, I was missioning the way back, right? No, was it before or after? It was before. I'm missioning on the way back. So I'm cruising down, what was it, 215, heading east, and I get off at Jones because I got to head up and I want to go pick up that box that's down there, right? Okay, cool. Pull up to, it's one of those exits. It's not like a north-south. It's, it's an exit. You can either go north or south. It's just one big-ass exit, right? So I pull off, and I see a guy on the side of the road. Now, most of Las Vegas's exit ramps have homeless people on them, asking for help and whatever. And I see this cat, and not all the time am I willing to just, help people who are just standing on corners and whatnot, because being in a car makes you very vulnerable in those situations. I had a very bad experience in a car, someone yanking my arm out and trying to cut it off with a cleaver in order to steal my car. So I still got that in my head. I'm a little cautious about things like that. But, and I made a video. You can go check that out later. So I see Holmes over there, and he's a young cat, right? And he's skinny, but he's standing up, and he's got his sign and whatnot, and he's not being a dick, and like banging on people's glass. But I look him over, right? And I see the dude. He's got, okay, here's his calf, right? His calf's like this big, let's say. But all the way down to his feet were the same size. Like he didn't go, like normal people, calf, ankle, right? We all have that. Most of us have that. Dude was like calf, boom, foot. I'm no freaking doctor, right? But I recognize that as someone who's not well. Guy's got something going on, some kind of diabetes, some kind of water problem. Something's bad when you retain that much water from the knees down. And he was a young dude, too. Something's not right. So I was like, I got to help this dude. So those of you who know me, I do help the homeless at all, whenever I can. And, it doesn't have to be homeless, but so I got a case of water I barely ever drive anyone. So I got a case of water in the footboard of the passenger seat, and I had some other things in there. So I called a dude over, right? And he's just like, he comes out, he's like, starting to walk across the street and whatnot. And the light changes. And I don't really care, I got a few bottles of water for this cat. He comes over, right? And I give him one bottle of water. I'm like, hang out. One bottle of water ain't going to cut it. So I had this freaking jackass behind me starts laying on his horn. Dude. And just laying on the horn. And it pissed me the actual F off. There's a fellow human being, and this area is upper middle class. Guy wasn't driving a hoopty or whatnot. He was on his way to the law office or some shit, and he's laying on the horn. So I get out of the car. I'm just like, what? I just put her in frickin' drive, hit the parking brake, and I got out of the car. Not to go knock this guy upside his head, because that's what he actually needed. He needed someone to knock him upside the head, But I got out of the car because I'm just like, no, I'm helping a fellow human being right here. And if you happen to get out of the car, you're going to find out that not all angels play the harp. I might play the wango frickin' de tango on you, Because I'm trying to be an angel here. This guy is not well. All right. So I get out of the car, and the dude's like, whoa. And I'm just like, whoa, dude. And I go back in, and, I'm not turning my back or nothing because, he can still clown me in the head. But I'm just like, hang out here. And I went to get him a couple bottles. And this guy's still, more bottles. This guy's still laying on his freaking horn. But he won't get out, right? He won't. Yeah, okay. Come on, tough guy. Won't get out of the car, but he's laying on the horn. And I can see the other people behind him are just like all screw facing. And so there's a dude watching this go down. I'm in the outside. There's two turning lanes to the north. I'm in the outside lane, and there's a big ass flatbed tow truck. One car, there's a dude next to me right in front of him, and he was at the head of the light. He puts his shit in park, right? He gets out, and he comes over, and he's looking at all these dumbasses, too, and he's just like, yo, and I'm like, yo, and he came with his lunch. There's still human beings who pack their lunch. He came out with some, like Pop-Tart things and whatever, food that he got or brought from home or purchased somewhere and whatever. And we proceed to try to hook this dude up. He's like, hey man, appreciate you, blah, 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 blah. And we just both turned around, and this guy, he stopped laying on the horn because now he's like, oh shit, there's two angels that obviously don't play the harp. And me and him, once the cat started walking back to his spot over there, he was sitting on a milk crate or some such thing. We both just, me and this other dude, the tow truck dude, just looked at this other guy, and he just shrunk. His shoulders came forward, his tail went between his legs, his wee-wee shriveled, and he was just like, dang. Because we held up the traffic for a few minutes, and the light had already changed and whatnot. I didn't go over to him. I didn't flip him the bird. I was just stern, But yeah, sometimes You don't count to some angels who don't exactly play the harp. You know what I'm saying? But Jelly Roll appears to be one of them. So go check out Jelly Roll. All right, we got to get into some other stuff. There's something else. So I went down this whole thing. So I can't say it because my house is wired. You know, it's too late for me. Might not be too late for you. I can't say it. But I said, hey, Google. Hey, Google, what time is it?
It's 6:06 p.m.
It's 6:06 p.m. I said, play this song. And I don't have premium. And they're like, but, however, she says, Miss Goggl says, but I can recommend this station based on that song by Jelly Roll, Need a Favor. And I've been rocking that all day. And just like, my head is just like, oh. Like, how would I say? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to put my finger on it. It's like gangster spiritual country music. It's weird. But then I went down these other rabbit holes of stuff like this. So, okay, there go Jelly Roll. So, like I said, I highly recommend checking this dude out. But then I find this cat. This is, who the heck is this? This is a cat named Hardy. Wait in the Truck, featuring Lainey Wilson. And it's got this kind of like, you know, this gangster country. There's another word for it. There's another venue of music. Because I listen to a lot of different music, except like fusion jazz makes me want to just like break things. What the heck is it? It's called Dark Country. And this is like kind of gangster country meets dark country. But go check this dude out too. I mean, it looks like, yeah, Wait in the Truck. That'll be my two recommendations. Go check out Jelly Roll and go check out this cat Hardy. I have not listened to anything else that he's done. But this one called Wait in the Truck, it's about him stumbling upon some woman who, got like the wango the tango from some dude, and he's just like, he doesn't know her. He just like picks her up because he sees her beat and whatnot, and he just says, hey, where is he? And wait in the truck. And it's a freaking story. It's a 5-minute story. So definitely go check that out. Definitely go check out Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll got him, I mean, he's playing 324 videos, and he's got 3 million subscribers. And let's see what else. And there's him, like, what up? And there's his wife. I want to listen to a podcast. I want to know what she's podcasting about. Speaking of podcasts, you Canadians are out of freaking control. You gotta get the reins on your government, like, quick. They plan on regulating podcasters to make sure that they're not enjoying free. I can't say it because they'll demonetize. Almost every one of my studio videos gets. Almost every one of my studio videos get demonetized. In case you haven't figured that out yet, so that's why your support is extremely important, because the AI, the algorithm is exceedingly good at picking up things that, it doesn't like being spoken of. When I'm out on the strip, it's a little more tolerant because of all the distraction and the noise and whatever. They're just like, whatever. But in a studio environment, they listen to every word. So I have to call it freedom of peaches. So the people up in Canada are getting buck wild. They plan on like stomping on the freedom of peaches of podcasters. And what's going to happen is, if it takes place in Canada, which it will, because, it's out of control, our government will just follow suit because they're not going to produce two shows. They're not going to produce two TV shows, two podcasts, two separate divisions on the internet. They say that if it crosses our border via the internet and reaches our population, it needs to be regulated. So, it'll be done. That means me. That means everyone, that has any sort of reach. So, yikes. May we'll need to get reprogrammed like Jordan P. Take a class. Doesn't that remind you of like, what was that? Avenge me. Red Dawn? Avenge me. Re-education camps and such. All right. Enough of that. So let me check out what you guys had to say about old Jelly Roll over here. Bum, 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 bum. Right now, Dan and Shay's tequila song. Lots of listenings. Ooh, Lady Looks. Lots. You listen to classic rock 90. I didn't even know. There's 97.1. I got to check that out too. The one I've been listening to, the talk radio in this town absolutely blows. So I've been listening to 92.3. I guess this is classic. That must be true classic rock. Yeah, listen to Hardy. Dougsters in the house. Local AZ station here, Ruined Jelly Roll. They played, they played it until it died. That sucks. I'm probably going to play it till it dies too. And then, Hick Hop. Hick Hop. That's kind of, in a way, which is weird. I'm like, because, I'm like an introverted extrovert and an extroverted introvert at the same time. I'm like a city hick. Is that weird or what? Like I'm as city as they come, but I'm a country boy, can survive. I'm not a skin of deer and all that type of stuff. I fit right. Like if I'm around my friends, who are more country than me, I start talking like them. I'm talking like them right now with a Brooklyn accent. I'm still talking like country boy can survive, you know what I'm saying? Mighty Bull, Tug Collins, let's see. Never mess with a Viking. Yeah, never mess with a Salt Lake Snow Bunny. It's been a while. Yeah, you gotta stand your ground. I mean, against stupid MFers that would lay on the horn when you're helping a less fortunate, obviously ill person. What type of human being is on that level of narcissism? Which everyone is everyone that level of narcissistic now, that the only thing that matters to them is them? What happened to the parable about rock soup? Do you guys know the parable about rock soup? Okay, dude comes to town. He comes to a poor town, right? And he's just like, hey, I will make soup that will feed this entire town from a rock. And everyone around's just like, this guy's nuts. You can't, we're all starving. We are all starving, but don't tell me you can feed this entire town with soup made from a rock. And he's like, no, it's not magic, it's not nothing. All right, let's set a fire. Who got a pot? Who got a big pot? So, chick comes out with a big pot, right? He makes a fire, puts it on the stones, starts boiling up the water, right? And he gets him a rock. So he gets him a rock, right? And he takes the rock and he puts it in the pot, and the pot's boiling. And everyone's around because they're starving. These people are starving, right? Poor people, right? And he's just watching it boil. And then he's like, you know what? You know what this soup could really use? A potato. Any of you people got a potato? You got one? Yeah, go on. Bring a potato. Comes over, gets a potato, right? Cuts up the potato. Throws it in there. Oh, you got one too? All right, cool. Oh, you too? All right, cool. Got one potato. All right. Put some potatoes in there. Then he's like, you know what? Now that we got the potatoes, what we could use is a carrot. You got a carrot? Come on, man. You too? Got another one? All right, cool. You know what this soup can use? This rock soup can use? An onion. I got an onion. Now everyone's participating. Everyone's like participating. Got an onion. This guy over here, he got like half a rabbit. He been saving, right? Let's put the rabbit in there. Put the rabbit in there too. Rock soup. You get it? Do you get it? As a community, none of us have to go without if we work together. That's how you make rock soup. Yeah, stone soup, rock soup, whatever. Point is, that's the deal. So, I digressed away from that situation. That's a rock soup or a stone soup situation right there. Because that guy, instead of laying on his horn like a complete dick, he had to have something in the car. If he didn't have something in the car, he got a couple bucks or whatever. He got something. Got an old pair of something, whatever. Reach in and step out of your car. That would have been a glorious moment. It would have been a glorious, life-changing moment for everyone if everyone was just like, whoa, and made some freaking rock soup right there in the freaking street. No, I gotta go to work. I gotta get my nails done. Whatever. But point is, not all angels play the harp. Yeah. So, like Snow Bunny says, yeah, it's a parable. It's a parable. When a community gets together, you can do some stuff. You could do some stuff. Can you use a duck? Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. Group participation, but everyone's becoming so narcissistic and self-centered. It's pathetic. It's just all about me. F you, I got mine. But, hey, you got to help out your fellow human beings, You do. It just is what it is. All right, people. I am going to... let's get a little energy going here. All right, that feels good, right? You'll see what that is in a minute if you just tune in. And if you're just tuning in, once again, I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button and get on board with the Broad Nation activities. All right, I think it is time to rock the news. All right, we got some news. I don't want to get too heavy into it, but I got some good stuff that we're going to go over real quickly here. Let me jump about a little bit. These channels, man, they pack the living snot out of their site with advertising. And I mean, just to read an article, you gotta watch Golden Corral, and it's just like, oh, how freaking obnoxious. Anyway, who's this? Grand Prix 24/7. Hey, I'll shout them out for just doing what they do. But that is That is actually, that's a Bellagio. This article is about the wind core, but they used a picture of the Bellagio. That's obviously the Bellagio right there. And they got the Red Bull vehicle. Ba, 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 ba. F1 is no stranger to seven-star venues, Monaco. And, you know, they're going to try to compare Vegas to Monaco now. It's like, yeah, no. Oh, you're not even seeing what I'm seeing. Sorry about that. I changed up a couple of my buttons, so. All right, now you're seeing what I'm seeing over there. This is what I was talking about. They just splatter freaking ads all over this stuff, but I'll still shout them out. But this here is the Bellagio, and that is the Red Bull, and that is an F1 car, like 1,000,000 horsepower and a 200-pound chassis. It's just boss. The driver weighs more than the whole car. We were discussing last night, me and a friend of mine, how are they going to protect the crowd from like flying wheels, and what if one of these catches air in a turn? It's going to be pretty wild. Anyway, Formula One is no stranger to seven-star venues. No, you cannot compare Las Vegas to Monaco. Sorry. But remember way back when they announced the $5 million F1 package? So it's starting to come out in details what it actually includes. Chef Nobu, this cat here, he's gonna host a private dinner for 12 guests. No, it's not at the Wynn, excuse me, that's at Caesars. And up in the Sky Villa, 10,000 square feet, perched 140 feet above the Las Vegas Strip. How are you watching the race if you're all the way up in the tower there? Does it come with them big freaking binoculars that are at the beach or whatever? I don't know. But that's $5 million. 12 people are gonna pay. So what? $1 million, $1,300,000 each? No. Getting your math right, Bror Fredrik. $500,000 each. I don't know. You guys do the math. $500,000 each. And this dude he's just like, yeah, man. I'm just that boss that you can give me $500,000, but you're not even going to watch F1. The other thing I found interesting here is it still says right here, which is not exactly accurate, because the prices are dropping like freaks now. I saw that you can get grandstand seating, not at Bellagio, obviously, not at Tuscany, which is setting up another grandstand. But I saw one for $99. For $99, trust me, I'll find a way to be there and to hopefully stream it live. But this says 3-day grandstand seating starts at $1,500, and Las Vegas, the prices in Las Vegas range from $500 for standing. That means you just got to stand there like a chadrul. But I have legitimately seen $99 tickets. And somehow, some way, if the price keeps dropping, I'll take you to F1. I promise. But I ain't spending no $500 to stand around. So, let's move on from that. Exit out of this. Okay, more F1 stuff. So far, turning Las Vegas Strip into a Formula One track has cost $560 million. And I think that's a very conservative estimate. Yikes. Complete. It says just the building's going to be $480 million and whatnot. I don't believe that for a minute. All the work that they're doing, I've heard that F1 already went to the city and asked them for another $80 million. They came up with $80 million for the paving, and they asked Las Vegas to come up with $80 million as well. So we're outlaying money like freaks. I might not even get return on this investment, but it's kind of boss. This is not what it's going to look like, because this is not even, where is this? Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is what it's going to look like. This is over. This is called the paddock building, where they're going to do the trophies and yada, yada, yada. I'm not sure yet where they're going to do tire changes and refuels. That would be the boss place. If you've never seen NASCAR is one thing with the refuels, but F1 is a trip. It's an absolute freaking trip to see refuels and tire changes. It's just nuts. Like 2.2 seconds. 4 tires and 10 gallons of invisible fuel. But yeah, that's gonna be a pretty cool spot right there. Let's see. Yeah, 560 million civil planning and engineering feet. This is one of the most aggressive programs of construction and design I've ever seen. Yada, yada, yada. Project manager for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Yeah, all right. And all us locals are freaking thrilled about it. There's a couple things I wanted to pick up here. Let's see. This dude acquired it. This I thought was interesting. I do want to expand this for a second to give people an idea of where it actually is going to take place. A lot of people don't know. This map has been around for quite a while, but I just want to give a little closer look. Then you'll understand when we go live on the strip, all the things that I'm showing you. Okay, this is Treasure Island. Right here. What you're seeing right here is Treasure Island. Let me scoot that up a little bit. That's Treasure Island. Right there. There's the volcano right there. No, the volcano is right here. The cars are going to go in a counterclockwise, which makes me freak out. I don't like anything that's counterclockwise. It's just a thing for me. Do not like if they played poker counterclockwise, I never would play. But fortunately, it's clockwise. But this is counterclockwise. All right, so they're ripping down here. Blah, this is going to be the fastest right here. So they're going to come out. This is Spring Mountain over here. Spring Mountain right here. Can you follow the pointer? And obviously this is the sphere back here. It's going to pass around the sphere. Come past, this is the Las Vegas Convention Center. It's going to whip around Las Vegas Convention Center. This is a 90-degree turn. They're going to apex turn about here and just put the pedal to the metal. You'll be seeing speeds somewhere right around here of 200 miles an hour plus. They all have to have a straightaway. This is going to be the straightaway here. Just going to come barreling down here. Coming out of this corner at about 20 miles an hour to 30. I don't know what. I haven't seen the corner yet. And just go ripping up here. Peak out at about 220. Somewhere around here, and this is that's Paris right here, so it's going to pass Paris, passing, and once it gets to the corner where this is the Cosmo, then they're going back down to 0. So that's a lot. This all takes place in a matter of seconds. So if you think you're going to watch the race da-da-da, it's going to be like, it's just that fast because they're going to be flying. They're going to drop it down in a first gear, whip back around this corner. This is MGM. Come back around here. Wicked hairpin turn. That's where there's going to be a lot of accidents. Follow the pointer. There's going to be a lot of accidents there. But there's also going to be a lot of overtaking. That's going to be where everyone jockeys for position. Who has the balls? Like, if you made Ethiopian cab drivers, you put them in these cars, you'd probably have more fun than watching this actual race, because they're good at that. They have 0 Fs. They give absolutely no Fs. They will run you off the road. So you have to have the testicular fortitude to push people out of the way on this hairpin turn, and there's another one, before you hit this straightaway. Overtaking does not take place on these straightaways for the most part. It just doesn't. It all takes place in the turns, as well as all the accidents. So you got 2 hairpin turns right here. All tracks have to have the hairpins, because that's where shit happens. Those would be really interesting seats. They'll get up to about 130, 140 here, hang a hard right, come back around, do it all over again. So you could see where all those, they're going to block off the view from probably both sides. Remember I showed you all those aluminum, right now they're light fixtures. They're not quite light fixtures because they're going to block off the view. And it's also going to cause, in my opinion, it's going to cause a little bit of, it's going to be a little dangerous because they're going to make, unless they're going to put a lot of security and a lot of police, which they probably will, you're going to have 20-foot walls or higher on one side and the casinos on the other, and some areas are going to squish into these little tiny areas for people to funnel through. That might not be the safest scenario going, so we'll see. But I digress. But that is going to be the actual racetrack. So in case you wanted to see, that is it. Now, some other people make some Oh, this guy takes it a step further. Locals once boasted that it only took 15 minutes to get anywhere within the easy-to-navigate city. The narrative has been replaced with gripes about gridlock and orange cones and FU F1 t-shirts. Links in the description. Get yours and show your displeasure. As much as I like F1, don't get me wrong, I like F1. You could tell I get enthusiastic describing how the races go. I've watched them for years, but now it affects me. Not in my backyard. Put it in someone else's backyard. Me, I'm tired of driving. I'm tired of driving 45 minutes that used to be 20. It just makes me nuts. It's just done. What else are they gonna say? The road work involved taking out some medians as well as removing 5 to 10 inches of road and replacing it with a denser form of pavement by the application of a racing layer, smooth with no ripples. The racetrack surface should hold about 6 years without having to be redone. So supposedly that's a different kind of asphalt that they laid down there. We'll see. You got, 100 deuces a day, dropping deuces, and, if it does the want, we shall see. We'll have the last laugh, or maybe not, but they say it's not going to have to be done for another 6 years, which means it will have to be done in about 5. I'd say they're not anticipating the temperature that it might get to, which is like 200 degrees in the summer, that black-ass asphalt. So it might have to be redone. I think that's just a talking point. Yeah, only 6 years. But at least they're admitting they have to do it again, and they're going to F everyone's day up in 6 years. The level of inconvenience that's been caused this year is not going to be repeated. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And I got some oceanfront property in frickin' Nebraska for you. Yeah, never again. We're gonna minimize there's just a bunch of horse crap. Yeah, it's just a minor inconvenience. Don't you worry about it. This is the building. They're ripping hard on this thing too. That's going up extraordinarily fast, and that's a $500 million building too, which is kind of nuts. And we can get into the whole yada yada yada, but let's keep it moving. In news about the strike, everyone asked me, what's my opinion of the strike? Help the strike. Good on them. I'm not down with certain strikes that are okay for you people. You might consider it disruptive. You people, for you wonderful tourists and friends and extended family of mine, and it might be a hassle should it actually happen, but as I showed you in the video, the culinary union represents the lowest paid workers at these properties, and these properties just do not pay these people a living wage. So they have every right to want a living wage, and if I was gonna go ask for a living wage, what better time to do it than right before F1 and the Super Bowl? So, I don't support union extortion, but in this case, I don't care. And honestly, this would be the first time I ever rooted against the success of Las Vegas. And yes, it's self-serving. I'm just over it. And as many locals are. Just FU, F1, totally over it. I'm sure there's a lot of tourists who are totally over it too. You came to Vegas, you spent your hard-earned money, maybe money you didn't have, maybe disposable income, to see cones and pipes and shit. You didn't come for that, You didn't come for that, I know. So yeah, I hope they do. I hope they get their way. Put it that way. That's more important. And tomorrow, the video, the condensed version of how much casino workers actually make, that's coming out tomorrow. But here is the schedule for the union talks. So the culinary union announces its negotiating schedule with MGM, Caesars, and the Wynn. Yeah, right? Right. I gotta agree with this. One job should be enough. That shouldn't just apply to the union. That should be ubiquitous information for all people, not just in America, but on the entire freaking planet. One job should actually be enough. F the side hustles, working part-time on weekends. One job used to be enough. Actually, one income used to be enough. One income used to be enough, and now it's not. And it's disgraceful, and it's by design. It has nothing to do with inflation. Inflation is a construct. It's a tax. But I digress. One job should be enough. So I agree with them there. Let's see, on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, which is tomorrow, MGM is sitting down with the culinary union. That includes all these properties, obviously. On Wednesday, which is the 4th, Caesars Entertainment is sitting down with all these properties. And on the 6th, they're skipping Thursday. On the 6th, October 6th, the Wynn is going to sit down with the union and figure out what's what. The culinary union represents 60,000 workers in Nevada. 53 are based in Las Vegas and have acted 5-year contract, yada, 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 yada. I hope it works out for them. But it's not just food. When you think culinary and bartenders, being supported, that's also the retail workers, and they cover a broad spectrum of employees, not just people colonizing. Anyway, all right. And of course, once I find out what is going on with each one of them, I'll tell you. I'll learn yous. In weird news, I'm not thrilled about this. Red Rock Canyon is again requiring timed reservation. They did this during the pandemic. They wanted everyone to give them an exam. Remember, I told you, you got to pay for tickets to go through. You have to pay for tickets. You have to get online and purchase them before you go there. For the most part, there is no internet up there, so you have to pay in advance, and you actually have to make a reservation. It'll tell you, 2 o'clock to 2:15, 2:15 to 2:30, and you have to be there because they want to space out the vehicles a little bit. And before they said it was for for pandemic purposes, because somehow in the wild, you were gonna get it in a car in the mountain. It was just bizarre. But now they're doing it again. I don't know the exact thought process behind it. You just have to do it. Reservations, and they still have. They're gonna do their free days, so it is a beautiful place. Don't get me wrong. I made a beautiful video. You can go check that out later. But they're open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. There was a spread of time right before the pandemic where there was some ring operating inside here, because there's a lot of lay-bys and parking spots, and people's cars were getting busted into like crazy up there. Like, you'd go up there, and if there was 10 cars parked there, every single one of them would have their windows smashed and their property taken. It got pretty freaking crazy there for a while, but supposedly that's under control, so I highly recommend going and checking her out. This I thought was interesting. I don't know why this is all blown up here. This caught my eye because it says, "Death traps for daredevils." Death traps for daredevils. Nevada's abandoned mines pose endless risks. To who, you might ask? There's supposed to be 300,000 abandoned mines here in Nevada. To who are we talking about? Vloggers and YouTubers. Evidently, vloggers and YouTubers have taken to Nevada and decided that it's just good times to go and check out abandoned mines. And some of them have been trapped and needed to be rescued, and some of them don't. But I say, let whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? If I went down a mine, if I decided to go down a mine and take you guys with me, or make a glorious 4K down a mine, and it collapsed, I wouldn't cry foul. I would die like a man, and hope someone found the camera and posted it to YouTube or whatever. I'm going to cry foul because I placed myself in a dangerous situation like that. That's kind of on me, wouldn't you think? But whatever. Their concern is that vloggers and social influencers and YouTubers are making it such a thing. There's 300,000 or more, and they say there's absolutely no way they can stop them all. There's no way they can even go find. They don't have the manpower to even go and put some caution tape around them. They're just open holes all over Nevada. But they're blaming vloggers and YouTubers for making it publicly aware so more people are coming. But I say, you put your cards on the table and you see what happens. I'm not going to cry foul. I think oh, there we go. Had a little glitch there for a second, but we are back in the saddle. All right, so this is typical. So they're going to try to go around there and put these danger signs on everything. And these actually say, let's see if you could, let me blow that up a little too. Dun, 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 dun. These are legit. Going in the other direction, it's going bigger. Bastards. That's actually with a statute there that says if you go in there, they're going to put you in a crossbar hotel. So, but with 300,000 of them. But who wants to go exploring that hole in the ground? Kind of I do. Maybe I would lower the gimbal down there or something, but whatever. So, that's that. This was an interesting story that I found. A rogue roulette ball hits gambler in the eye at an off-strip casino. Let's read this. This is kind of interesting. Well, not interesting. I feel bad for the person. Some personal injury lawyers yeah, let's get him. So this person in October 28th of 2021 at the Gold Coast, of all places, is saying that the dealer manipulated the marble in such a negligent and unsafe manner and speed that they were hit in the eye. It ricocheted from the roulette wheel and violently struck the plaintiff in her left eye at a high rate of speed, severely injuring the plaintiff, the complainant says. It's like, yikes, you know? Got hit in the eye with that? So Boyd Gaming did not respond. Yeah, no one should respond. If the news ever calls you about anything, just don't respond. Anyway, so Brown instantly suffered eye pain and lost the ability to see clearly, for 10 minutes? The suit describes the injuries as severe, painful, and permanent. However, we scroll down a little more. Where did I see that? Bum, 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 bum. I saw that this person, maybe it wasn't in this article, I saw that this person was only asking for $15,000. Despite getting, like they say, permanently injured. I read, let's see, is it here? Blah, blah, blah. Security on the site took an incident report, and she took herself to the hospital. Oh, yeah. There we go. The complaint seeks in excess of $15,000. So what was permanent? The trauma induced by the event? I mean, I'm not taking this lightly. If she was seriously injured, so be it. But 15 grand? So she's suing. She's getting lawyers involved. Brown's lawyer, Kevin Hanratty of Las Vegas, of the Hanratty Law Group, suffered instant eye pain and lost the ability to see clearly. I'll tell you what, if I got hit in the eye with anything and I lost the ability to see clearly, I'd be adding a whole freaking bunch of zeros to this number. 15 grand, that's like, what is that? Like 10 pairs of freaking glasses they're going to give her? Or that she's looking for? I don't get that at all, unless that's a misprint. But I'd add like at least 3 zeros. Me personally, if I was permanently injured in my eyeballs, I value being able to see. So, let's check out what's on sale at Smith's while we're here. I occasionally have to shop at Smith's, so let's check out what things cost locally here in Las Vegas. While we're here, 88 cents for red tomatoes on the vine. That's all right. And what do we got here? What's in the meat department? What's the meats? Petite sirloin. Oh, that's not a bad price right there. I might have to go scope that out. $3.47. Granted, it used to be $1.47, but $3.47 with a coupon card, with the card, yada yada yada, for boneless petite sirloin steaks. I guess I know what I'm doing after this show. I'm gonna go and score some of these. I ain't gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna go score some of these. Oh, Halloween candy? No. I'm the guy who shuts out all the lights and peeks out the window. I don't want nothing to do with that. Just nothing. I'm sorry. I don't want nothing to do with them little... No, I'm sorry. Let's see. Any BL in there? 3 for 21. I don't drink beer. What do I care? A block of cheese. I can get a block of cheese for $3 and pick up I'll pick up a bunch of these for $3.47. I'll eat the hell out of that. All right, cool. Let's move on. 2022 has now been declared one of the deadliest years ever. Of course, duh. I've been saying that. All they got to do is watch my channel to figure that out. And is that a mystery at this point? They miscalculated 34 of, you can't say this word, of these things in the numbers that rolled over into last year, which brought Nevada's total to 416. So that's over 1 point something people a day. That is absolutely horrifying. Granted, with our population, it is it's almost an insignificant number percentage-wise, but it's not, because they're humans and they have family, and it's just freaking terrible. And most of them, I would guess, probably could have been avoided by, not freaking, not imbibing and DUIs, and now they want to open 420 lounges all over. Yeah, that'll work. That'll just drive that number right down. Having some 420 lounges all over town. Yeah, okay. I wonder how many of these were 420 related. They will never, this town will never, the state will never tell you how many of these 416 were related to 420 activities. Because I see people just like whipping down the road and blowing it out their windows. So this whole thing about only in the privacy of your own home, this town is like a free-for-all now. So I wonder how many were actually related. Coincidentally, we'll never know, because that would be, they're the ones who pushed it and got everyone to vote for it. And, they don't want to hear that. Oh, the same ad. Gotta get them tomatoes, too. Tomatoes on the volume are awesome. Ooh, they got some ham down there. Buy us some ham, too. We got some shopping to do. All right, boss. All right, so let me fire a couple things up real quick, because what time is it? Oh, it's only 7 o'clock. We are good to go. So let's do this and let's do that. All right, it is time. It's got one thing to set up real quick. It is time to open a box. I'm excited about that. But first, let me check out any commentary that you guys have, and let me suck on some water here. What? What are you doing? You get 300 kids a year? Holy cow. You don't get any trick-or-treaters. Like, are you guys into, like, the whole trick-or-treating? I mean, I am, but I'm not. I mean, what was that? Here in Vegas, it could be a little bit dangerous, because, one year I saw like 18-year-olds, with like masks on. No costume or nothing, just masks. Knocking on my door. Hey, give us some candy. And I was just like, no, I don't think so. Like, I didn't see any little princesses or little pirates. I saw grown-ass or big kids with hoodies and masks. So I'm just like, nah, I ain't open the door. No. Hi 61 says, you're coming to town? I hope we run into one another. Unless it's snowing on the trick-or-treaters. Jalapeno cheddars. Oh, that sounds good. Twizzlers? What are you guys talking about? What, are you going to feed the Halloweeners? The Halloweeners. The Halloweeners. Halloween is, I'm not a Halloween aficionado. It's a gateway holiday to get me to Christmas, and I've already started pulling all my Christmas stuff out of storage. I'm psyched. I'm going to start decorating a little bit. So you dig the lights behind there? Let me know honestly. I mean, I will definitely tone that down a little bit. I think that's a little too bright. I think my bottles of cologne are looking pretty boss, but I'll put different things in there too, but I do think that's a little bit bright for my taste. Anyway, we got a box to open. House decorating in the Utah has yeah, Halloween is becoming an increasingly more popular holiday over the years. I would say here in Las Vegas, Halloween is probably more popular than Christmas. People are like, oh, Christmas. And you tell them Halloween, they're just like, oh, Halloween. It's weird. I never saw like that many, I don't know, it just never struck me as like, yay. I like the vibe and the goodwill to all men, and Santa Claus is coming to town, and Merry Christmas. I like the season and the joy and the happiness. The idea of like demons and goblins and ghosts and death. It just doesn't rank for me up there with, Christmas. So, I mean, maybe I got it distorted, but isn't that kind of what it is? Like a celebration of gore and death? I'm more into like. Dun, 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 dun. That's more me. It's just me. Although, when I was a kid coming up in New York, and even as an adult, I did used to go to all those mazes and the pumpkin picking, and you go through the pumpkin maze, and went to Amityville, went up to where supposedly the headless horseman. I remember that as a kid. Went to Sleepy Hollow. You could Sleepy Hollow's a legitimate place. So I went upstate New York to Sleepy Hollow as a kid, and sure enough, this town got dark, and it's like a sleepy little village, just like in the shows and in the movies, with the wrought iron gates and creepy and da 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 da. And all of a sudden, they put the lights out, and you hear, and they rode a horse with shoes on the asphalt, with a dude holding a pumpkin head, and you couldn't see him, with a cape on. And he rode the horse through town like the headless horseman. It was cool. Ain't gonna lie. Did that for a couple of years. My grams was into we did a lot of stuff. Experienced all she used to like going to small quaint towns and doing stuffs, and so do I. I picked up the habit from her. So yeah, but that was fun. But nobody got killed. It was too cool. It was too cool. But I think it is time. I think it's time to check stuff out. I think it's time to do a little mail call. All right. Mail call time. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I got a box here. It's addressed to me. I didn't find it. It's addressed to me, and it says, from John Edson. I'm not gonna put you on blast, but let's check out what the actual F is in here. All right, you ready? I think we got to do this. Let me bust in the corner here. All right, let's break out. Let's get rid of that real quick. You can see that shit anyway. All right. Let's put that back over there. Let's get. This is one of my containers I got from Jim West. I love these things. This had some awesome mints in it. All right. Let's whip out our Olite. Dun, 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 dun. Olite, the official unboxing knife of the Bror Nation. There's links in the description for Olite. Use my coupon code, get 10% off. Best damn flashlights, best damn knives, best damn EDC carry gear, and the best damn sponsor. So show your love to them if you're in the market. This isn't the only style they make, but it's the style that I like. Well, for opening boxes. Go check yourself out one. And like I said, there is a link in the description down there. Again, shout out Olite. Thank you very much. Let's get into this. Let's see what is in here. This excites me. I love opening stuffs. Let's open all the stuffs. All right. Let's file the knife to the side and see what is in here. Oh, well packed. Shout out well packed. Which I open first? This seems like it's wanting to be opened. super well packed. What is it? Ah, that is cool. I think it's a matching set. Wow. Oh my God. I think I see something down there. I know what that emblem is. That is boss. Look at that. Oh, Playboy Bunny glasses from Scotch. Oh, they have a good sound to them too. Oh, let me pop this on full blast. Look at that. Isn't that nice? With the little the bunnies on them. And that they're nice too. I don't like glass coffee mugs, any type of glass with this shape because I'm kind of I mean, as accurate as I could be with some stuff, sometimes I just knock shit over and I gotta clean it up and whatever. But this one has a heavy base. It's like this. It's like a Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down type of thing. So I have no fear about that. That is awesome. So let's file those. And let's see what I see something over there. Yikes. Is anything in here? Let's see. I will reuse this just like my grandmother would have. Grams reuse stuff. I'm gonna reuse stuff. Uh-oh. Where is our O knife? Maria with the 5 banana ranas. Loved the live stream and the story of you and the truck driver helping a homeless dude. Shows you have a good heart, and I appreciate you too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, I just try to. I'm far from anything perfect, but if I can provide being a role model on any level, I will take it. I just want to inspire people. You know, help your fellow human beings. You know. God helps those who help others. Yes, God helps those who help themselves. You know, you got to give them some material to work with, but God helps those who help others. Always remember that. Whoa. Wow. No way. This is equally old. I know these are old from the Playboy Club, as is this. This is from the Frontier. Wow, a mug from the Frontier. I mean, they don't even make things like this anymore. Let me bust that. They don't even make things like this anymore. Look how thick that is. That is intense. I will. Let's. All right. Just so happens. All right, we got a. I will take a chance on not catching the cooties because I got to see what this looks like. Believe it or not, I mean, some might put beer in there or soda pop in there or whatever. However, let me see if I can do this without spilling. Yikes, that's hot. All right. Maybe I. Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Are you seeing what I'm seeing over there? Don't get too excited. I'm getting excited. All right, I'm gonna do it over this here box. Oh, no way. I'm gonna give you a shout out. All right, let's pour this coffee in this mug. Man, I got reflexes like a squirrel. Nice. What up? Let's file that. Pwah. I like drinking coffee out of clear glass. I don't know if you guys do, but I think it's just cool. I don't know. It makes me feel connected to my vice. But that is just cool. So shout out John Eidson. Did I pronounce it right? We do it right. He is a carpet layer. I will shout out your business. Let's see. You can find him on Facebook. Olathe KC Carpet Layer and OlatheKCCarpetlayer.com. Thank you very, very much. I do appreciate that. And now let's see what is in here. Because we see that, right? Let's see what. I'm excited. All right. This is they don't mess around. That's a beautiful bag. You know who that is, right? All right, do I have to say it? It's Rolex. That is an official Rolex bag with an official Rolex emblem. High-end places do not skimp on their packaging. That's real rope. That's real cord. And I will save this because I collect, believe it or not, high-end bags like that. So that is beautiful. What do we got here? A pair of FedEx socks. I will wear them. I'll wear me some FedEx. Oh, Bellagio. I'll wear FedEx socks. Why not? We'll shout out FedEx. Let's see what this is. Dun, 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 dun. Why are we getting a double view of that? We don't want a double. We're doing a double view. There we go. That's better. Bror Fredrik pressed the wrong button. No way. I was going all like Inception on you. Wow. Okay. All right. File that. That is from the Ritz-Carlton. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful ashtray. That is a beautiful ashtray. The Ritz-Carlton. I'm gonna pop that up on the big screen. Bang. Isn't that beautiful? Can you see it up close? Ritz-Carlton. Take it. Thank you very much for that. All right, let's see. We have Bellagio tissue paper. Wow. Wow, no way. Okay. Let's file that. This is the Rolex hardcover book. Wow. Because you know I'm a watch enthusiast. I got to fix that. Total watch enthusiast. Wow. The history and production and various models. I'm going to show it to you up close. Of the Rolex. Wow. I love, in case you didn't know, I love coffee table type books like that. The funny thing is, I think John was listening because I used to shoot for Rolex. I cannot tell you how many pictures I've taken like these right here. Probably a lot. And these used to take a picture like this, believe it or not. Let me show it to you up close. A picture like this would probably take a week to a week and a half of editing. Because when you blow up, if you consider that the real thing is that's pretty close to actual size right here, and when you blow it up to this extent for an advertisement, you can see, believe it or not, dust inside, specks, and no matter how, when it's under that level of magnification with a macro lens, it doesn't matter how you clean it, what you clean it with the sprayer, all that, there's going to be dust on there. And to edit every piece of, oh my goodness. And just think about this for a second. How hard was it to get rid of all the reflections? You could see the camera over there. I mean, the setup to do a watch, just to make the photograph is astronomically. That was some of the hardest photography I've ever done in my entire life, because to get rid of the reflections and wow. I mean, it was tedious. I got paid very well. I ain't gonna lie. I got paid very well from Rolex, but it was legitimately some of the most taxing and testing job I ever did. I can't believe that they're going rubber now on certain one of their products. All the people they sponsor, all the different I photographed for their catalogs and for some of their advertising, like in Cigar Aficionado magazine. Wow, GMT Master. There you go, Steve. The GMT Master in the green. I know you're in love with that one. Wow. The Submariner. I mean, technically, they made these look like brushed a little bit to take out the reflections off everything. But holy cow, is that difficult to photograph? I can't even, like, I'm impressed with these photographs, to tell you the truth. These are like black and white reflectors that you could spend setting up the lighting to take that picture. Could take 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days. You'll see, like, oh shit, there's a fire extinguisher. Oh shit, there's the sprinkler. Oh, there's Barbara from accounting. And you would have to get what's called a flag around like every little spot, and it would have to be a certain color, and then you had to blend. Oh my goodness. And you have no idea how difficult that was. Well, you probably do now. So respect the photography. Holy cow. Those are some beautiful pictures. And I don't know if John remembered that I used to shoot for Rolex or not, but this is special. This brings, I do have my images, and I think I still do have some of the old magazines from Cigar Aficionado, but this is a whole different level. A lot of this, unfortunately, now, believe it or not, is CGI. You know, it's not real, it's animated. But yikes. Whoa, look at this thing. Should I get one? Oh, that's for women. This is the men's version. I love rose gold. I don't know about you people, but I love rose gold. I think it's sexy. Look at that. The Sky Dweller. Yeah, that's just amazing. That is amazing. Even the cover of that. Let's just take a moment on that cover. The Air King. Yeah. That is an amazing gift. Rolex.com. And I have an official Rolex bag for my collection. And all these wonderful things. Excellent, excellent, and double excellent. And a Frontier mug. I don't think that's ever going to get hot. That's such a thick mug. And again, knife, link in the description. Get you one. It's under $100. I mean, you know, in another couple of weeks, it'll probably be around $50 with the holidays coming up. Can you believe it's going to be Christmas in like under 12 weeks? I mean, the actual day, for me, it starts yesterday. I'm psyched. I can't wait. So, you get a big bong. Can you hear that? Let's play these. That's some awesome energy for some awesome gifts. I love that you guys send me stuff. I love that I'm a part of your life that inspires you to do so. And it means the world to me. And I treasure each and everything that you send me. I will. Till the day I die. I do appreciate it. So let me see who else is here real quick. Double Eagle is in the house. You own an Air King, the watch on the cover? Nice. Nice. I like the Air King. Ferrari, yeah, Ferrari sponsored by Richard. His watches are stupid expensive. I almost bought a knockoff. Someone's actually selling knockoffs of his watches, but I was just like, if someone calls me on it, they're so close. They're so with they're so close and they're so cheap. Like the price of an Invicta, and you could get like almost an identical copy. But I feel like you'd go to jail or something. I don't know. That's a little fishy. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. What else are you guys talking about? You wear rose gold often. Shout out John E. Thank you very much. Yeah, 6,500 for the cheapest Rolex. What I used to do is I used to have a guy. This guy used to fix Rolex watches, and he would do it very affordably. He was actually inside a mall. Like they used to have watch repair places inside the mall, but not like there's a chain of them. But he used to fix like a Rolex, or he used to call it servicing. He used to service a Rolex for like $300. If you know Rolexes, that's cheap. And I used to sit on eBay, and just like scour eBay for, Rolexes in need of repair. And I flipped a lot of them because I don't feel comfortable with anything under like 40, 42, 44 millimeters. Even though, I mean, I'll admit, I got kind of skinny wrists. The rest of me, like, I could build my forearms like this, but my wrists they're just anatomically skinny. However, I like big watches, and the only small watch I have like a Longines, but it's like the bracelet style. I have a few of those, old school, but I like them. But smaller watches like 32, 33, 36, 38 millimeter, 40 even, I'm not feeling them. I like big watches. So I flipped most of them except for one. And I got that Rolex. It was pretty beat up. It was kind of old. It's like not old, but it was 80s. But I paid like $900 for it because it was just train wreck level. And that dude fixed it for like all said and done for like $650, and I flipped that thing fast. And I have another one that he worked on. But now being here in Vegas, I can't even find anyone to do anything, fix anything. It's just like a dead zone for having shit fixed here. So I stopped doing that. You're wearing one right now, the Casio Solar. I mean, that's like the only watch I do not have in my collection. I want to get the old retro one, like the old one with the calculator, because I got that as a gift when I was a kid. Or I don't remember whether it was a Casio or a Timex with the calculator on it, and I got in trouble for bringing it to school and shit because I was cheating. I wanted those, and I want a G-Shock. Now, G-Shocks can go from like $50 to like 1,000, which I didn't know, but they got like the solar power jam now, and it does all the stuffs, and it's tactical AF. I gotta get a G-Shock in my life. I've been wanting to get an Apple. You saw I got that the smartwatch. I didn't like wearing a smartwatch. I did not like wearing a smartwatch. It connected to the iPhone, connected to the Samsung. I was thinking about, the Samsung Galaxies are like a dime a dozen now. They come out with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They'll be up to like Galaxy Watch 29 by the end of the year. They come out with one every 3 months. The only problem is I never wear any of my other watches because now I want, I have my smartwatch. What am I going to wear like one's for fashion, one's for function. Even though you could put different watch faces. So I had a problem with that. But yeah, I need a G-Shock in my life. I'm gonna get me a G-Shock. One day I'll pull the trigger and get one. Yeah, the Texas Instrument with the calculator. Yeah, G-Shocks are cool. They're freaking tactical. They're awesome. Some of them are, they're, yeah, you can wear them. You can wear them out and with a suit and whatnot. It doesn't look like awry. I mean, not a camo one, but they got the knockoffs for like $30 that look like them, but they don't do anything. But I'm not gonna go down that road. But yeah, I gotta get a G-Shock in my life. Gotta get a G-Shock, and I gotta score those 2 old school ones that I used to have. Everyone's loving the big watches. Yeah, doubly 40 is like average. 40 is like, okay, it's 40, but I have some watches that are like 52. Some of my big ones are 52. I would say as an everyday watch, I like a 44 or a 46 is the size that I feel the most comfortable with. And, you don't see those a lot. Panarinis, yeah, but, Rolex, I ain't in the Rolex neighborhood anyway. So it is what it is. Someday I'll be back in the Rolex neighborhood. Swatches, I used to malign them a lot, but, they're still Swiss made for the most part. They make some good watches. Their mechanical watches are actually pretty damn good. We should go over watches. Venus says you have the newest Apple Watch for tracking your heart. Oh, absolutely. I agree. I mean, remember the smartwatch I had that I ended up returning? It did. That's how I found out I was alive. That I was probably, as I cough. That's how I found out I was fairly healthy, because that watch, and confirmed with other things, that it was telling me my blood oxygen, it was telling me my resting, and triggered blood pressure and pulse, and told me all this stuff. So yeah, that's good. And they say they're accurate within 1%, and quite frankly, 1% is good enough for me. Tell you the temperature, all that. Yeah, Rados are good. Rado or Rado, they're good. Which is cool. If you own a solar watch, you never have to buy a battery again. I got a bunch of self-winding watches, and they have those crazy things that you put them into, and they go like this. you pay this machine to do this, and keep your watches wound or whatever. I lost my Citizens Eco Drive automatic with the tourbillon back. It was a nice watch. It was a nice watch in Lake Tahoe. I got completely lost in Lake Tahoe a few years ago. Didn't have a compass. I was just on the trail. I guess I was still in my city slicker head, and I was on a trail, and I got off the trail, and next thing you know, I was lost. I was freaking lost in Lake Tahoe. And the only way out was, it's just logical. I just went down, Up would have been worse. Sideways would have been terrible. So I went down until I hit the water. And so once I was at the water, I'm like, if I follow the shore this way, I'll be somewhere. I'll get off at a dock, Common sense, right? But I lost my Citizens. No, it was an Omega. Excuse me, Citizens. I lost my Omega self-winding tourbillon in the frickin' woods. So if you happen to find my Omega see-through tourbillon self-winder on your visit to Lake Tahoe, it's mine, but you can have it because you found it. It's been gone for 15 years. What is my favorite candy? I might have to agree with you there, Salt Lake Snow Bunny. I like me some. All right, I like Jelly Bellies, and I do like Twizzlers. I could handle the red ones. I could handle the brown ones, the supposed chocolate, but I ain't down with licorice. I do not like licorice. There's just something about licorice. My nightmare would be licorice, someone forcing me to eat licorice and listen to Hotel California at the same time. I'd be in hell. I don't know what it is about licorice or like Good and Plenty's or, oh my God. My mother used to scarf Good and Plenty's because it was the only candy we would not eat at hers. That pile of Good and Plenty's would last forever because I wouldn't touch those with a 10-foot pole. And I'm a huge fan of dark chocolate, and I love dark chocolate cherries. Yeah, I need some chocolate in my life. I was ordering like my chocolate from Amazon, but it showed up melted a lot. But now that it's cooling off, I think I could definitely start ordering it. But yeah, no licorice because I need chocolate. Don lost his wedding ring in the ocean in Maui. Dang. Yeah, I hate losing stuff. Losing stuff sucks. I cannot for the life of me. I have a lot of pinky rings. If you notice this, I've had a lot of pinky rings. I broke this a long time ago. That's a whole nother story, how I did it. Interesting story, but nonetheless. So I need a certain type of pinky ring. I have a lot of pinky rings. I had a little small jewelry box like this big. I have like a cufflink collection and everything. Maybe next time I'll bust out with my cufflink collection. Maybe you guys want to see that. I don't know. And it had my pinky rings in it. And 3 of them were from my grandfather. Going like, some of them were like back to Sweden level old. I can't find it. I know it did not get stolen. I just feel it. I just know. I mean, there's so much other shit someone could take, than come here and find a box this big. It's like the size of this box, It's like the size of this box here. And it had my pinky rings in it. Because I'm from New York, you gotta wear pinky rings. But I had cool ones, like all gold. I had one gold. I had like the typical onyx with the diamond in the center. all the early Gaudy Guinea stuff. And 3 from my grandfather. And I know for a fact 2 of them are that old that they came from Sweden with the family and they ended up with me. I cannot find them for the life of me. I'll find them when I move, because I have this habit of putting shit in safe places. When I move, I'm gonna find money, my rings, maybe the credit card I had to have replaced, and a bunch of other shit. Because I have this habit of putting stuff in really safe places, and it's so safe I hid it from myself. That's why you don't see me rocking all my pinky rings, I still have the titanium ones, titanium, and I got some other ones, some aluminum, and blah, blah, blah. But none of my gold ones. All my gold ones are MIA. I can't wait to find those again. Galliano. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, dark chocolate covered pretzels are the boss. You want to see my cufflink collection one day? Not right now, but I'll show it to you. Remind me. I got to stage it because I'm trapped in here for now. But I got all sorts of cufflinks. Some nice ones. No, like, real expensive ones. But, I used to literally... Alright. I used to buy shirts that did not have buttons. That legitimately did not have these buttons. They would have a hole, and you would put the shirt on. The buttons were cufflinks. Like, I used to have shirts that strictly operated on the cufflink principle, that I could change the buttons on. I still have all that stuff, I used to be snappy back in the day when Vegas was like down for looking snappy, like I used to wear like tuxes and suits and all sorts of shit to events in town until people started asking me where the bathroom was. I'm like, if I worked here, I wouldn't be wearing this. They'd be like, yes, you do, but they couldn't tell, a $200 suit from a $1,000 suit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. BB cups. All right. It is 7:30. I got places to go and I got some peoples to see. I got some business to conduct and some places to go. So I hope you had a cool time. I hope you learned about, go check out Hardy. I mean, I can't speak for all his stuff, but that one song is kind of cool. Wait in the Truck. Deep, deep. Might not be for everyone. Jelly Roll is a boss. You know, I'm glad I found him by accident today. And always remember, not all angels play the harp. Always remember that. Always remember how to make stone or rock soup. If you want, I will put the recipe up again one of these days, but you be the chef. You be the chef. You be the leader and the chef who makes stone soup or rock soup for your village. You'll change your own life and you'll change the lives of the people around you. Trust me. Do it. And what else do we do? We heard all sorts of news and whatever. So I'm going to be back tomorrow. There is a video. I think I'm going to put up a video tomorrow explaining the wage structure here in Vegas for you new people. I did it in a live stream about a week and a half ago, but I got all sorts of stuff in store for you guys. Once again, thank you, Johnny. And once again, I'm going to invite you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notified when I do this again, which is at least 5 times a week. And if you want to support the channel, you know how to do that. Oh, let me check real quick while I'm talking about support, because I was yapping like a freak. I want to make sure I did not miss any super chats. Nope, I got the 2, 5 from Urban Auntie and 5 from Marie, and I do appreciate those 10 Bananaramas for the live stream. And if you want to further support, you got all the stuff, all the links and whatever. And I love you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again. And on that note, Bror Fredrik out.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.